days have seen a last-minute rush and political alliances being made in a way that we haven't ever seen before in Kenya's history. And here to help us make sense of that is political scientist Mutahi Ngunyi. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
You're welcome.
So make sense of this for us, the last-minute rush, people making deals, and something like I said we haven't seen before. Make sense of it for us.
Yeah, I think this is a lot of political engineering that has happened long before the 4th. And I think we just saw the drama unfolding yesterday. But it's this something that has been premeditated for a long time, especially on the part of Uhuru and Ruto. But on the part of Raila, I think there are a lot of accidental people coming in, like Ngilu, deciding last minute that she's not interested anymore on this side and moving over to the other side, yeah. But I think there's been a lot of political engineering on the part of Uhuru Kenyatta and Ruto. Yeah.
So let's go back to Uhuru Kenyatta. You just mentioned him. Between him and Musalia Mudavadi, who in your views would be a better president and why?
A better president, you can't tell. Largely because there are no schools for presidents, you know. But I think that Musalia Mudavadi will take this one. And largely because Uhuru Kenyatta must have calculated and seen, no, this one is not the time for me, especially because of the Hague matter. He's a ethnic tug as well. And I think the calculation is that we forget about doing it this time round, and he could run in the next 5 years. And that's why I'm saying the political engineering around this, what his intention was to lock Ruto in a situation where he can't leave as running mate. So Ruto has no say. If you saw him yesterday, he looked very worried, or rather like, I can't believe what is going on.
Like
but I think there is something that was sneaky in the eyes of Uhuru Kenyatta, something he knew that we didn't know. That's why I think backstage, maybe they agreed that the guy to support is Musalia Mudavadi. If we do it, it's going to be straight first round. You cannot deny that.
I asked you this a few moments ago, you know, because this was made. Some of them you mentioned were premeditated, others were accidental. You get the sense that some of them have woken up thinking, what have I done? This is a situation I'm not really going to be able to pull myself out of without it being a messy one. And, you know, yet they still need to be politically strong. So do you get the sense that some of them are regretting their decisions?
Some of them are pinching themselves, saying, oops, we can't believe this. And the guy pinching himself saying, how lucky can I be? It's Mudavadi. Because I don't think he expected this. Ruto is looking at it and saying, boy, I didn't ask for this. But if I had a choice, I would have done it a little differently. Uhuru Kenyatta is sneaky in this particular instance. He's looking at it and he's saying, yep, it has played exactly the way I wanted it to play. And that is if the candidate is Musalia Mudavadi. So I think that in a sense, the choreography that has happened behind stage, because my position has always been that Musalia will not become president, he will be made president. And be made president by interests that are beside him. And it would appear like this time around those interests have converged, and they've converged or coalesced around one Uhuru Kenyatta. It is decided, let's make this guy king. It would appear like that is a game plan somehow.
So the decision has been made in the boardroom about who the next president of Kenya could be?
You know, the people of Kenya think they elect people, but they're just deluded. That is not true. Anywhere in the world, the people out there, voters don't vote. The president is normally chosen in a boardroom by people wearing masks. You know, not necessarily people with faces. And in this particular case, the guys who sat and said, this is the man, if this hypothetical position is true, they did it, we don't know who they are. But their appointment was one Uhuru Kenyatta, and he played very closely. The cards were very close to his chest. So I think if Mudavadi is made president, because he will not become president, it will be because a group of people in a boardroom sat together and they decided this is the man who will make president. Everything else is a detail. And once they put him out there, they will pour the money.
Let's bring in ODM Wiper at this point as well. What do you think about their strength as a coalition? And in that respect as well, you know, they might have their own views about who they want to push as the president.
You see, right now we are faced with not a bad idea and a good idea, but we are faced by two good ideas. The Wiper Raila thing is also attractive in many ways. But when you look at it, it is the old Rainbow Coalition. Everybody who was in the Rainbow Revolution is there, except Kibaki. When you look at this other side, the Ruto, Raila, the Ruto, Uhuru and Mudavadi side, it is a group we'll be voting out today. If we had voted them 10 years ago, this is a group that Moi had groomed to succeed him. And the fortunate thing for the Rainbow Group is that the moment favored them then. What we do not know is whether the gods at the moment will favor them now. But this other group of young people might be favored by the moment and might also be favored by the need for generational succession. So somehow there is a bit of the Rainbow Revolution on this side, but the magic is probably not there, because this can also be called a coalition of dinosaurs, all people. But this other one is more generational and a little bit more spicy. But also people are conservative. We might end up saying that, hey, let us vote in people we know, older people, and we go for the coalition of dinosaurs. Who knows?
Coalition of dinosaurs.